Flyover Politic Podcast, the show for normal Americans. From his undisclosed bunker, here's your host, Tony Reed.
There were some folks saying, we want more Muslims to get elected, so maybe, tone it down. I know, I was trying to be nice. And she made a note, like, since we've gotten elected, since 2019, 200 Muslims have been elected across the country.
Wow.
So we think about that for one moment. Is this the incredible movement? I know we were just part of it. We weren't the reason, but
the incredible movement. Wonder what that movement is. The Red Green Alliance. Welcome back to Flyover Politic Podcast. We got a huge show today. No TikTok. Unless I can fit it in. I got so much stuff. Gone down rabbit holes. So we're going to have a huge illegal Sayed's, El Sayed's shit. Probably won't get to DSA today. So let's just get right in it because that is the perfect video to show that what it's really about. This fucking piece of shit is still in the news. I don't understand. Listen to this.
Clean up, fix things.
There's going to be
so much to fix. I mean, first, get rid of all of the holdovers. Do not let anybody hang around in some small office somewhere who can literally subvert your program, and you don't even know that person's there. And I will predict that, Trump and his minions are going to try to,
put people.
They're going to try to move people from political appointments to so-called civil service appointments, although they're trying to destroy the civil service. So people are going to have to be really searching to make sure that they are not going to be literally subverted from within the government.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, it is a very good point. It's what Republicans don't do. Because you can't fire everybody. But that's how bad they are. They see anybody that is not them an enemy. This slide here, I'm going to hit it when we get to the point, but I got to do this up front. Chuda Hospitals revealed that 5 girls under the age of 14 admitted over the last week suffering from cases of extreme rape. On average, Chuda records 3 to 8 rapes a year. This is a massive cover-up. That's just the kids. Just the kids. I was going to play this soundbite in total. I'm not going to because it's long, but I'll try just to get the beginning because I think it's really important. The military generals are turned.
People remember the story that I broke, last week, talking about how that one group, QSEF, was paying these journalists for favorable coverage about China. They were taking them on trips overseas, and you could see after they came back, they were shilling Chinese propaganda, plain and simple.
Those are generals. Odinero was in there. He led the invasion. That's Fauci's wife, because that's what kind of people they are. Garbage people. She's flipping off a camera. That's the good people. We need to listen to those people. Those people are the people we need to listen to. If we're not listening to those people, we're not listening to the good people, and those are the good people. Daily Wire sticking their finger in it. This is a run, fight, hide, run, fight, whatever the fuck. It was like they did before with the women getting beaten. Now it's Islam.
Your country is beneath contempt.
We who love and serve Allah fought back against the Americans and the Zionists from the scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders tomorrow? The retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
He's the polar opposite of those brain-dead protesters.
Given the current climate, should Clay Saunders even be allowed on campus?
Mr. Saunders is a close personal friend of Chancellor Friedman. This is a decision I cannot flank.
There are 3 ways Islam will conquer the West. Through immigration, through the wombs of our women, and by using our nation's freedoms against us. Are you paying attention?
Listen carefully.
The
great Satan America will fall.
It's a very important movie because it's fucking happening. Whether you want it to happen or not, it's fucking happening. And we need to do something about it. How do you know? None of the Democrats went to the Muslim Brotherhood hearing today because they support the Muslim Brotherhood. That's why. Muslim Brotherhood are the good guys. You're not the good guys. You're bad. And because of that, we have to treat you like a second-class citizen and get you out of everywhere so that we can ensure that our brothers and sisters in arms fighting the great Satan America can get what they want. Here's some of those people right here.
We need to learn how to start breaking the law and getting away with it.
And what made me stick around was the possibility of industrializing, becoming a teacher, joining my union alongside my mom, and helping her make it more militant.
We need to learn how to start breaking the law and getting away with it.
I was hoping
we need to start learning
When I went to college, I didn't want to go to college, and what made me stick around was the possibility of industrializing, becoming a teacher, joining my union alongside my mom, and helping her make it more militant and serve the workers in the membership. We are downwardly mobile as young people. However, there's a very real opportunity for us to commit to class struggle by getting jobs as healthcare workers, teachers, Amazon workers, and other economically strategic industries to organize workers where there is no union and revitalize the labor movement, regardless of if there is one.
And if that's not the thing, this is DSA saying they have Red Rabbit. It's about security, but it's also about a national uprising against federal agents of police brutality. A recent panel showed that the means of practice: take down an intersection, training where participants practice being pepper sprayed, firearm safety training, protest marshaling, umbrellas, and sign to block fascists, and direct action support for Palestine and immigrant justice groups. The legal risk issue was obviously enough that even the panelists kept circling it. They talked about compliance, liability, tax purposes. One organizer even described keeping a project DSA sponsored, but not fully DSA run, so the fallout would not come back on DSA.
We love our car marshals here in the Twin Cities. They're a great way to help bike and foot marshals with takedowns on intersections.
We've been able to really be kind of a movement incubator with all of this.
Other things are just basic OPSEC procedures. Wear a hat, wear a mask, like a COVID mask. Wear sunglasses.
So there's already 3 or 4 DSA members that, since about the start of the second Trump administration, have been doing this almost weekly for quite a while, offering security at different events.
When these groups are in need of security, we get called. I got called by...
This goes on for 5 more minutes. 56.9% of New York's crime is now against Jews, and there's no reason, to not be surprised by that, because that's who they are. McKinney Islamic Association isn't just expanding, it's building an Islamic migration hub in Texas. They've secured 5.57 acres for a massive 40,000 square foot Islamic center featuring a prayer hall, gym, classroom, and community hub designed to Islamize the area of an explosive rate. McKinney is fast growing. We have tons of Muslims moving in. We are building it the next 50 to 60 years. A goal to transform McKinney into Islamic enclave, funneling in Muslims of New York, Chicago, California, and beyond. The funding drive, they're aggressively raising millions. How much of it is foreign funded? Who the fuck knows? Where are the children Christian mega churches in Mecca? Where are the Islamic expansion in America celebrated? Americans don't see the wool being pulled over the eye. The most controversial part saved for last. Meet their imams. Mohammed Al-Ghabli, sent by Egyptian government and trained at Al-Azhar University. Why did Egypt send him to Texas? Did you know Al-Azhar just mandated Jew hate? He's also president of the Islamic Tribunal, a Sharia-type court. Conflicts must be solved using Islamic jurisprudence and Sharia. He also serves on the Fatwa hotline with the Assembly of Muslims. Here's just a few videos about McKinney, Texas. Once again, why are we allowing this?
McKinney is fast growing. It's the big highway, we call it, one way from Jersey to Texas. This community started in a tire shop. A lot of our community is actually less than 3 years or less. How open and welcoming across the DFW Masajid people have been. A lot of money that's going to be poured into McKinney. I think it's a great opportunity to become the next big masjid, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Taha Khan. I am a McKinney resident and part of the Shura and the executive board here as a vice emir, one of 6 people that run the affairs of the masjid. Allah preserve them. But 1997 is what I'm told. This community started in a
Okay, so people know about it, and the media didn't cover it at all. These are people going black, white, it doesn't matter. They're going, no, we don't fucking want this. A grandma shoved something in the developer who's working with these Islamists.
And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity so I can come and speak in front of the council. I live in McKinney on Virginia Woods Drive, which is not that far from this mosque. And I tell you, the message of Christ is love for all. But we should not be deceived by this message. I love all, but I also question the intentions. What are the intentions of this mosque? When Christians become extremists, because somebody said all religions have extremists in it, I really believe when Christians become extremists, they save lives. They do not go and kill other people.
I just recently watched a video from March 2025 about the McKinney Mosque on El Dorado and the new proposed mosque for Virginia Parkway. Imam was interviewed saying that the mosque is already at El Dorado has already 1,000 attendees on Friday service, and he was looking forward to moving to the new mosque on Virginia Parkway. And
it is a fucking takeover. So what does our media do? Well, our media, elitist media, mega. We are scared of your flag wagging, crazy Christian mega. Here are just little bites. All this is going on simultaneously because America sucks. We're covering up for the takeover by socialists and Islamists.
Look, beyond the fact that Trump was terrible, the dinner should not have happened at all. In fact, it shouldn't ever happen. Quite frankly, memorializing the collegial and cozy relationship between...
J.D. Vance announces the birth of his 4th child. Let's pop this up. I can't even read it. We're excited. Usha's great. Baby's great. Blah, blah. Yak, yak, right? And so I want to remind everybody that our vice president, this is another mixed race child that he has. These are people that fear critical thinking more than anything on the planet, that have to be taught a script of reality and that they're incapable of critically thinking. They're incapable of deduction skills. And what pisses me off about this the most is how many parents project a script onto their kids.
Yeah. Democrats do that. There's 6-year-olds on bullhorns, you cunt.
And I just want to say, I don't live in Maine. I'm not an immigrant, but I'm a proud American. And this administration has made every single American complicit in these deaths. This is happening with our taxpayer dollars that could be going to schools.
She's an Islamist.
From ABC News, it's This Week. Here now, George Stephanopoulos.
Good morning and welcome to This Week. It has been a weekend of celebration and storms as Americans honor our country's 250th birthday. The fireworks on the National Mall started just under the midnight wire, delayed by lightning strikes and a speech from President Trump that was less a commemoration of American history than a reflection of our polarized American politics.
What's fundamentally different, in your view, about
this guy's a hero?
We're about to celebrate the country's 250th birthday.
Yeah, bad timing.
You're going to be remembered as someone who betrayed your friends, who betrayed your country, and who claimed that you cared about relationships, but in the end, the only relationship you actually cared about was the relationship with Donald Trump. You sold your soul. You betrayed.
America has to then decide,
Do we want to hold on to our superpower status? Do we want to be prominent in the world, or do we want to be?
This has been going on since 2016. America sucks. America sucks. America sucks. America sucks. You're going to die of climate change. You're going to die of climate change. We're killing illegals. We're killing illegals. We're killing illegals. And simultaneously on our streets, shit like this has been happening. You probably have seen it by now. The attack by a racist black man. This lady will never be the same.
Issue, nigga. That's the real issue, nigga. That's the real issue, nigga. You sitting here playing with me, nigga. That's the real issue, nigga. July 21st is the real issue, nigga. July 21st, that's the real issue. Nah, don't wave to me. You still talking? You still talking? July 21st? Say Elijah. Say Elijah. Elijah, my son. Motherfucker, you playing? Motherfucker, you playing? Fuck you, bro, nigga. So with that McDonald's shit. So with that McDonald's shit, bitch. You wanna run, bitch? You wanna run, motherfucker? Huh? I bet you run again, motherfucker. I bet you run again, motherfucker. You said something else? You said something? You said something, motherfucker? You said something? Keep playing, nigga. Keep playing, nigga. Keep fucking playing, nigga. What's up with that McDonald's shit? You Donald Trump, motherfucker, and that other motherfucker who raped my son Elijah, I'ma fucking kill you, nigga. What's up with that McDonald's shit? What's up with that McDonald's shit, bitch?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. This piece of shit's been arrested. 15 times. But because we simultaneously with the Red Green Alliance allowed Alex Soros to turn every one of our judges into wokesters that say, well, they're just underprivileged or overseas. She didn't really fight the rape. He didn't understand no. It's in their culture to fucking rape women, which is a total lie. This guy's on the street. White women have been getting murdered in the United States by migrant fucking crazy fucks like this, and they don't do anything about it. They don't do anything about it. Because that's what they want, fear. And then you have a whole generation of black people like this piece of shit say, oh well.
I might get criticized for this, but I honestly don't give a shit. Because when I go to these white people's posts, all I see is racist ass shit and the purge this and the purge that. Hey, y'all can say what y'all want about that black man in Charlotte punching all them white girls. Hey, all I say, he taking out the white trash. I don't know what the women did. They probably didn't do shit. But neither did the babies that they done killed. Neither did the men they done killed, sodomized. There's a lot of shit. That
Where are white people sodomizing people? Every time I look at a video from the left, they're talking about, oh, you're a pedophile supporter. Because you say Trump's a pedophile, but there's no proof that he's a pedophile. There's plenty of proof that Bill Clinton was a pedophile. Bill Gates was a pedophile. Barack Obama was on the boat. He's a pedophile. You guys want MAPS to be part of the LGBTQIA WWW-674321 bullshit. You're the ones that want minor attracted people. And then I usually just end the show. I just watched this a few minutes ago. I'm going to paraphrase it, and then I'm going to show you what a black person does when they're told to shut up and just listen. She was going to get a citation. She didn't like that a driver who didn't see her because she was in a little car almost hit her. So she blocked traffic, and this is once again how black women in America act. You have no rights. I can do whatever I want because I'm a victim. I'm a fucking victim. And of course, this thing's fucking really fucking. We're not missing anything. I'll get it fixed up. I have tried to fix this shit. So the cop rolls up, and of course, he sees, look at this. He comes up on this girl. That's her in the black car. She just blocked traffic because she's mad. So he goes to talk to her, and this is how it goes. Move your car up here.
That's good. Hey, what's going on?
No, I don't.
What's going on?
He almost hit my car, and
Okay.
I stopped to tell him that he almost hit my car and he needs to slow down.
Okay, so
he gets mad at me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Hold on a second. Let me get this straight. He did not hit your car.
He had a stop sign. I'm coming off
Okay,
the highway. He's
but
supposed to stop. I shouldn't have to stop my vehicle.
Okay, what?
To let him go.
You need to
and he had
stop
a stop
talking.
sign. I'm just trying to explain.
I know, but you need to stop talking and listen for a second. Because here's what's going on. You stopped traffic. You obstructed the entire lane of traffic because you were angry at a truck driver.
No, it's not that I'm. Okay, I see what's going on.
Don't get back in that car.
Thank you.
Don't get back in that car.
I can't sit down.
We're not done now. You're gonna
I
come over
didn't
here.
say that we were
Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Get off the phone.
For what?
Get off the phone. Get off the phone, or I'm gonna put you in handcuffs.
What am I doing?
Get off the. Are you on the phone still?
No, I'm not on the phone.
Then you're good.
Can I talk to you, please? Because I can't talk to you. Don't touch me. What am I doing?
Watch
He
this.
hit my. He almost hit my.
on the phone
Can I talk to you, please?
Now
No,
you're
I'm not
fucked.
on the phone.
Then you're good.
Can I talk to you, please? Because I can't talk to you. Don't touch me.
And now you're fucked. He turns into a wildcat. Is to pull her down. They have to fight her. Now, they have to fight her to get in the car. They have to fight her to sit down. They have to fight her to get in the car. She won't move her legs. She's screaming. Now, watch this. Adults don't act this way, but children that have been told their whole life, you're a victim, you're black, you're a victim, you're a victim. They go to colleges to get treated better. They have their own graduations. They get to tell people to shut the fuck up because they have all this power on the internet. Call you a racist. You can't talk to me, I'm a black lady. Can't talk to me, I'm a black lady. Black people get murdered. I know my rights. I can't breathe. All these, she did everything. If it was a bingo card for victimhood, she hit every one. But who does this as an adult?
Shit, bro! I swear to God! Fuck!
Oh, we're not even there yet. We're not
Please,
even there yet.
Lord,
This goes on for 10 minutes, and then this is my favorite. Here we go. Watch this. When do adults do this? This is what a child does. And this is a 20-something black kid whose whole life hasn't been victim. She's been the privileged.
Please, Lord God, please! I can't go to jail! I'm not going to jail! What happened, Lord, please! Please, Lord God, please! Please! I'm everything, everybody! I don't want to...
Who does that? She's trying to get out of her cuffs. She twitches the cuffs. They have to fucking fight her to get the cuffs off. This goes on. We're still going. We are 10 minutes of a fucking tantrum. We are 13 minutes into a tantrum. They finally unbuckle her fucking ass. They have to pin her down.
You immediately, when I asked you if I could talk to you, you told me to shut up. What are you saying? Those words never came out of my mouth. He did. He's the first person I tried to talk to.
We're not going to stand in the road.
All right, go ahead and stand up. We weren't in the road. We were in the grass. Turn around.
I told you to walk off to the side.
You told me to walk.
Look, the whole thing's on body camera, and you're continuing to argue is doing
I'm not
absolutely no good
arguing,
whatsoever.
but
Because
I'm
you're going to
literally
county either way.
telling
Let me get that grass out of your hair.
All right, but I'm telling you what happened. Like,
The whole time she doesn't see that anything she did was wrong. But we have white privilege. We have black people shot in the streets. We have cops that are fucking just out there lynching black people. And they've been told this over and over. And the media, hands up, don't shoot, a lie. Pack of Skittles and a yoo-hoo, a lie. Dude didn't have a knife, a lie. George Floyd got murdered by a cop, a lie. He was ODing on fentanyl-laced meth. What the cop did was bullshit, but it didn't kill him. They overturned an autopsy to make that stick. And you wonder why DSA and Islamists are taking over the country. We're going to go into our Islam section, and I'm going to start it with women crying theatrically over the Quran. Tell me this isn't a program being facilitated by the left.
When we win this race, how are you going?
We're going to keep bringing in immigrants in this country on purpose, just so they can fuck your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're going to destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
He sent a guide for us. He sent the truth.
That you coming down.
Illegal immigrants killed 13,000 Americans in 2024. The total.
Let's work towards that. Let's work towards a Muslim mayor. Next election that comes in, nominate people for the school board of education. Next election that comes here, nominate people for the local township. Begin the demographics change. People converted. There's a big, huge conversion going on in this country. But where are the converts? They just convert and they're gone in the wilderness. The other thing, children. Muslims have the highest population. Average, they did Pew Foundation did a research study, Pew Foundation, and they said that Muslim household average is 3.4 child per family. The white American has 1 child per family. We're already beating the march.
This is Dearborn, Michigan. Oh Allah, kill every Jew, Christian and American. It's time to deport every single one of these animals.
The word, and with a decree of yours you will annihilate them. Ya Rahman Rahimin, you annihilated. And you destroyed the likes of Ad and Thamud and Fir'aun. These are the Fir'auns and the Ad and Thamud of today. Ya Rahman Rahimin, we ask you, Ya Allah, destroy them. Destroy them, Allah. Take them off the service of this earth. Ya Rahman Rahimin, Ya Akram al-Akramin.
على القوم الكافرين اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك.
The rest of it is just repeated. Hassan Piker, it's not Islam that's subjugating women in the country, it's Republicans. Funny how these same feminists who spent years marching in Handmaid's Tale costumes are now the ones defending the burqa. The rights of women are indeed under attack, but the biggest danger doesn't come from where these people tell you it is. Look at images from Dearborn. Or look at the polling. In Britain, 39% of Muslims surveyed agree that their wives should always obey their husband. Women's rights don't stop mattering when the people restrict them belong to a culture that's the left. You could spend years dressing up as a Handmaid's Tale to protest imaginary theocracy. But if you look away when religious conservatism appears in real life, it was never really about women's rights at all. And how do we know that? These are accounts. This is real, and I found her. I'm going to show you her post.
White woman right here is reading the Quran.
So let's... God, I fucking hate you. You just did it normal, and now you go fucking bonkers. This is Salar... what's his name? Let me make sure. I'll play it, and then I'll find out who it is.
And tears are coming to her eyes. Watch this.
Our Lord tells us in this Quran, if we could but see the wrongdoers on the day of judgment, just pointing at each other and blaming each other because they didn't believe. Oh, please, guys, open your eyes. Please. Allah sent to himself. He sent a guide for us. He sent the truth. He sent all the signs. Moses parted the seas. What else do you need to believe? What else do you need to believe? These tears are useless. We are so insignificant in this world. My tiny brain can't comprehend how big and how loving and merciful our Lord is.
They have this all over the place. It's
Whenever
performative.
you talk about intersectional issues, there's always someone being like, now's not the time to talk about this. In my most recent video talking about misogyny that I've experienced as a Muslim revert, I had a few pick-me women fixing their mouth to be like, now.
Sahar TV and Charles Vecht, Veitch. On this one, she's saying, and there's thousands of these now, my heart hurts bad when my Muslim community, every day my brothers and sisters are slaughtered in every corner of the world, on every continent, just because of their religion. Our pain always comes second to our oppressors' victim complexes. The world is silent while our blood is spilled. Whose blood? What blood? What are you fucking talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Here's another one.
Good morning. I want to share a part of the Quran that resounded with me greatly last night. It says, "And when they listen to what has been sent down to the messenger, you will see their eyes overflowing with tears because they recognize the truth in it." I think the reason that ayat...
Women heard the Quran and she started crying.
Video which I wanted to share with you guys. I want you guys to watch it. It's so powerful, brothers. If you can think about it, how does a recitation move somebody so much that they are crossing the road? It catches their attention, and they cross the road, kneel down, and listen and start to cry. Let's watch this video and be amazed as much as I was.
It's all brainwashing. Here's Asmongold, who got suspended off Twitch for 2 weeks for saying, during this invasion in Quetta, where 30 women were raped and little girls were raped and women are missing and people were murdered and they tore down the buildings and they destroyed shit, they should have just shot him. For saying that, he got suspended off Twitch for saying the truth.
Muslim who's transphobic and oh no.
You know what this is like?
It's like in Prometheus whenever they had the aliens get loose. Now the Muslims are going to have to deal with white women that think that they understand the religion better than they do. A white convert to Islam calls on Muslims around the world to stop being both homophobic and transphobic.
And that's why they get killed. You got this girl who's an American, I think, modeling the
TikToker
bikini.
making waves about bikinis worn at the local gym's pool. She says she's canceling her membership at Lifetime Fitness because she saw women wearing them in the pool.
Story time regarding the Muslim problem we have here in Michigan.
Just because I wear the hijab, it doesn't mean I can't have fun, especially since I got this bikini from Modesty Master.
How in the fuck does an American woman think this is right? Because this is what you do. Remember, they stone you and cane you. And this is a guy online talking to a girl. She removes her hijab to show her hair. Look what this guy does. I don't know what he's saying, but I'm pretty sure it's not good.
لا لا ريما لا تفكنا الحجاب لا تفكن ترانا في بث ترانا في بث هاي ترانا في بث ما تفكن ذا
That's how
الحجاب
pretty she is. And she sees the world. She's seeing the world. And once they see the world and you pull off that everything in that book is no different than the Christian book, it's no different than the Torah, it's no different than the Catholicism. It was written by men to control women. Don't make me the fucking feminist. That's fucking bullshit. 1 million women in Europe have been raped, for God's sake. It's got to be close to that. 300,000 in England alone. 80, 75, 50, 40. I looked the other day. The numbers are insane. We don't even know how many women have been raped by Muslims in America because we don't track it. You would have to go to every fucking local fucking TV station, run searches, and then change the race when his name is Jaquan Bazoum Muhammad and he's a black guy, or Abdul, because they're all listed as white, thanks to Alex Soros. I mean, everybody talks about how Family Guy or the Simpsons predict things. This was Team America. And in our country, we have all these people. These are nurses who left their fucking patients and were lauded as heroes because they went out to protest ICE. You got the girl that was for climate change, but it's now for everybody getting in bikinis.
Fuck Turkey. And fuck Israel.
This is Taliban. Women's brains are smaller than
Where
men's.
do you think that women who are in abusive relationships should go for help?
حق ظلم خو نشته دی اخو د خلکو دعاوی دي چې
It's in Pashtun, but he's basically saying, well, their brains are smaller. They'll never understand things. They're pieces of fucking shit, basically. Don't forget that the Yazidis are in a genocide, and the whole world watched it. It did absolutely nothing. But they're mostly women and children. But, yeah, don't care about that. This piece of shit that actually, what's her name? Maria Sante, accused of doxing, obstructing ISIS, was arrested during her own live stream. As viewers watched, agents broke her window and took her into custody. Reports say this wasn't the first time law enforcement confronted her with guns drawn. Stay tuned for the follow-up. Yeah, that's what you get for being a piece of shit. I want to get a closer one of the McKinney. This is a better video. Look at that. She goes up and goes, stop. You need to stop. Here's the sob
I don't
stories by
see
the
it
media.
as they're gonna qualify my pregnancy loss as an ICE murder, but to me it is.
An ICE murder. An ICE murder. An ICE murder. Really? You guys are into abortion. How about the Moroccan? This was a Red Cross lady, and we'll cover it more in a second. She did, 27, got murdered by her husband that she loves so fucking much. Here is more clerics talking their bullshit. We must have Islam to end the day.
حیوان
It's a
خلق
freedom.
کرده و اون زنها و
That is
خانمها
women.
هستن اینا
They are
عین
like
گاو و
cows
گوسفند
and
هستن
sheep. Remember last podcast, before we go into just this week's. Muslim immigrants, they were witches. We threw them off the boat.
Wait. Hold on. So sometimes on the boat, there's witches on the boat.
Yes.
Yes.
That is true, yes. Some people used to explain they see they are both witches.
Yeah, of course.
That's why.
A witch?
A witch.
So what happens to the witch?
Sometimes witch, they used to tie him.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they used to catch him and throw in the sea.
Sure. They throw them in the sea.
All right. You know, when people have big head.
Big head.
They used to see at night.
They can see it.
But in the afternoon, they don't used to see. That's why.
Oh, so somebody can see at night?
Yes.
So they're a witch?
Yes.
Yeah, that's super bad, and that's super fucking scary, and that super fucking pisses me off. It just fucking pisses me off. I'm trying to find the next one that I wanted to go over. God, did I lose him? I finally downloaded a guy that I have been watching forever. Let's just go through. This is Bristol. They rose up in Europe finally, and they did a protest. I don't know if I got the video. By the end, lefties are going Nazis off our streets, as usual. This man is from Norway, and this fucking guy is a legend. I downloaded a lot of these, and he's 100% factual.
Bacon, dog. For some reason, I'm an Islamophobe. Islam has a problem with gays, democracy, bacon, dogs, music, Christmas, Hindus, Jews, Buddhists, Christians, women who show their hair, people who leave their religion, and even people who draw pictures of their prophet, who, by the way, married a 6-year-old. But if I have a problem with Islam, for some reason, I'm an Islamophobe. Islam has a problem with gays. This was Afghanistan in 1950.
Look at this
and
one.
This is Afghanistan today.
Look at that.
This was Lebanon in 1960. And this is Lebanon today. This was Iran in 1970. And this is Iran today. And this was Europe in 1990. And this is what parts of Europe look like. Can numbers be racist? Well, I'm sure that's what some people are going to say about these statistics. According to the UK's Office of National Statistics, the only ethnic group in the country that positively contributes in taxes is the native European population. Every other ethnic group in the country, which remember are all people with an immigrant background, are a net drain on the economy, simply because as a group they cost more than they pay in with their... This is the true story about how the Australian government has admitted that it's spying on me, but is keeping the whole thing a secret. In case you don't know who this is, this woman is Julie Inman Grant. She is an American-born unelected bureaucrat who currently holds the position of the e-safety. It's illegal for a British person to carry a knife in public in their own country, but it's completely legal for an Indian immigrant who arrived just yesterday to carry a 3-foot-long sword in public. $65.5 million is what the Australian government has just announced it will be spending to combat Islamophobia and rising anti-Muslim sentiment in Australia.
I guess he's
Ritual
Australian.
animal
I thought he was from
sacrifice is a
Norway.
savage religious practice that's been outlawed in most of the West for about 1,600 years, ever since the Romans decided it was too barbaric to exist in civilized society. Well, unfortunately, a city council in Michigan has just decided to allow its residents to start sacrificing animals in their backyards for religious reasons.
Why the fuck would we do that? They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. How about using burqas to steal in the UK?
Caught red-handed, but instead of owning up, she shouted, Islamophobia. Is this real life? A Muslim woman was caught shoplifting in a UK supermarket, but the twist? She claimed she was the victim. Security found dozens of stolen items hidden
so
under...
many of these. They're everywhere. Look at all that stuff they put underneath the burqa. Look at all this. Everywhere. That's a guy stealing as a woman, and they rip it off.
No, hello. You gotta turn facing me, facing me, facing me. Take out.
Look at them. They can get away with whatever they want because they think they can. How about dogs?
What are you gonna do? Move off what? Why? I'm not terrorizing no one. I'm terrorizing who? Who? My dogs are muzzles. Go on, no.
This is the police telling a lady she has to leave because she has a dog.
This is the police. Hey, I'm not. This is the police appeasing the leftists again.
What the fuck? Here's a black lady once again attacking dogs.
Mountains daily. And it gets worse. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also said that no angel will enter a home with a dog inside. Imagine your home where you pray, make dua, and seek blessings. Angels stay away from because of a dog. Islam teaches us to...
Exactly. Imagine, because this whole thing is made up. So all I have to do is just imagine.
be kind to animals, but also follow guidance. So if you or anybody that you know owns a dog without any valid reason, think twice. Share this so others can learn.
Where was the mainstream media on a story like this?
At a corner store just up the street. The stabbing happened at the SS Quick Stop grocery store. Pierce County deputies say the victim told officers that the suspect asked what religion he was, and when he said he was a Christian, the suspect reportedly stabbed him in his...
That's in America. Women are now carrying dogs in London to keep these fucks away. Yeah, that's fucking fantastic. Here are so many accounts that I'm starting to run into because my algorithm. Fred the Bodyguard. He goes with Charlie Hurst or what is it? Charlie, god damn it, did I fuck it up? I did. YouTube history. Charlie Hurst. I want to make sure I got it right. Charlie Hurst. Jesus, honey. She's watched a lot of shit this morning. Charlie Veekt. This guy is a wrecking crew.
We won't be able to fly the drone because the helicopter's off.
Yeah, but I can fly below it.
Let me just double check.
Yeah, try to fly it. Yeah, no, well, we are defensive because the way you treat people. Oh, hang on. You're biased. All of us. You're all the same. All of us. Okay. All the police force. We know you're a left-wing organisation and you're biased towards people. Don't act like you're not because we know what you're here for. What's that? Yeah. Is it any of your business?
Fred! Yes. You want to fight? Do you want to fight?
With you?
Yeah.
For Jamu? Why? What's your name?
AB.
AB?
Yes.
Oh, yo!
Don't walk on you.
As you can see, this guy has approached us in a really aggressive manner when all we're doing is walking down the street filming. He's clearly trying to provoke an aggressive response from us and does not expect that I'm going to lower my tone and talk to him in a totally normal way. This gives him nothing to bounce off and nothing to justify what. This guy is waving a flag in my face, and I knew he wasn't going to stop. He's using it as a means of trying to show dominance over me, so I decided to go to him and reduce the length of his flagpole. Simple. Another thing I'll add is that a lot of people at these protests cover their faces as a means of disassociating their identity from their actions. People feel emboldened when you don't know who they are to do something that they wouldn't normally do. As the crowd responds to me snapping the flagpole, I start to retreat.
No, you won't.
Watch this.
Fuck away from me.
Here's the last one. He's just a wrecking crew. He's just a fucking wrecking crew. He has to deal with all these people that put their hands...
Fred the Bodyguard is a social media bodyguard who protects controversial social media street auditors and journalists like Charles Veach.
Don't come too close to me.
I'll keep walking.
Don't come too close to me.
I'll keep walking.
Don't. Hey, I'm feeling threatened by you.
Yeah.
Bam, chest kick. He just, it's fuck. If you never watched it, they go and they start shit. This is Liz Benichuk. She's another account that is covering what the media won't cover. Things that are haram in Islam, keeping dogs, listening to music, celebrating birthday, women wearing bikinis, women uncovering their hair, drinking alcohol, protecting prophets in religious art, or depicting prophets, gold jewelry, silk clothing, eating pork, fortune telling. I can't read it. Gambling, Muslim women and marrying non-Muslims, sex outside of marriage. Her putting her stuff on you.
God forbid the UK has clothes that don't cater to you and your religion, but guess what? You don't have to buy those clothes. And the fact that you think that the entire world has to revolve around you and cater
They
to
do, though.
People constantly comment on my posts saying, "You're so Islamophobic." Yes, I am, because this scares me. This actually terrifies me. This was Iran in the 1970s before Islam took over. This is Iran now. Want to do another one? This was Afghanistan before Islam took over. This is Afghanistan now. Lebanon, then now. Europe, then now. Michigan, then now.
If you're not paying attention, you're an idiot. This guy's called Ninja Jewel, and this is what he does. He was not kicked off, no punishment for the following thing because somebody called him out.
Yo, wait, let me say something about Eternal Bread, yeah, the kafir. You're making tweets about me, saying that I've threatened to unalive you. I still stand by that, by the way, because you insulted my prophet and said he got rolled by 30 men, you're kafir. So I still stand by what I said, and I don't want to take it back. So you can report me to the feds. I already told you that the police in the UK, they don't really care. So you can report me all you want, but I still stand by what I said.
You know the funny thing, they believe.
He's gonna kill him. So he said. And before I do our Europe, here's Poland.
This is the moment a gang raided a Rolex store armed with machetes. 6 suspects in motorbike helmets attended the Knightsbridge store.
If you don't mind, I would describe the difference between America
Please, it'd be great to know.
Because in America, you've got Congress and you've got Senate.
Yes.
In Poland is the same. We've got Polish Sejm, which is Congress, let's say, and Senate, and then President, right? So, and every country in European Union has similar system. We have 27 countries in European Union, and from
I'll get to the ones more to the point.
Tell me about the live bullets, the fact that you can now kill illegal immigrants trying to enter the border.
I love it. If you are trying to commit a crime on the Polish soil, you might be dead. We do not know if you're a refugee, a migrant, or a terrorist. That's why after our soldier was killed, our parliament passed a law that we can use live bullets to protect our nation. We heard that it appeared, but there is no such a zombie.
Poland has 1,500 rapes a year. They don't have 300,000 like England. This is Europe. These are people. This guy right here is allowed to be in Europe.
Now, this lady called Sarah posted a post on Facebook, and I want to answer her directly. But first of all, I would like to say, you can read the comment here, right here. You can see what I'm talking about. First of all, I would like to ask, I will answer you directly, but I want you to ask, as an Englishman or an English woman living in Spain, does that mean just because you live in Spain that you have to be loyal to Spain? No. You are always going to be loyal to your home country. Using religion to commit SA and acts of grooming. Now, this is the lowest a human being can
He's good on this one.
They prey on young white men and women in the West and young Muslims born in the West, and also reverts from other backgrounds. Now,
so part of his channel is fuck Britain, we're Islam is more important. The other part is he's being honest and saying they're taking over your shit because you would let them. This is an ad in Stockholm, all right, on a bus, and they're saying the white people are loud. And it's rude to the people that are coming in. Old guy.
My message is, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is.
So ladies in Europe, these guys are being hounded, and a guy did the right thing. They follow him to the club, and they rape him.
You okay? You okay? No? You're not okay? Do you know these? Yeah. You know them, yeah?
Yeah. We are.
No, you don't know them.
He shoots them away. That's Ukraine. Somebody getting taken to the war and they don't want to go to the war.
Europe is committing suicide. How did this happen? It's a complicated story, but there are two major causes. The first is the mass movement of peoples into Europe. This has been going on steadily since the end of World War II, but sped up massively in the migration crisis of 2015, when more than 1 million migrants poured into Europe from the Middle East, North Africa, and East Asia.
On cue. Red Cross, remember one of the ladies literally died because they are still helping these people. This was fucking They're just fucking
They
stupid.
were asking her questions. She couldn't
Look at that.
answer. She was a little loopy, a little groggy. All of a sudden, out of the clear blue, he punched her, hit her, like straight in the face.
Police say a
It's
woman was
America. Another guy raping a girl. Yay, God is great. You're raping a woman. This is Nepal. Feminists went from Me Too to burqas. That's what I've been saying. She's very smart. This one.
Migrants are now filming themselves knocking out Europeans on the streets of Warsaw in Poland. I thought this whole "be like Poland" quote was being thrown around on the internet because Poland was a safe haven from all of this enrichment. But no, it's happening right there on the streets.
Always lurking, always unemployed, always doing this to women. Look at this. This wouldn't be tolerated in America. Broad daylight, he assaults her. That's why I've found 10 of these sites. This is a British girl. Welcome to the UK, where Sikh men are legally allowed to carry swords.
So this happened in Galway over the weekend. Who's mayor? Our mayor. They're protesting for Helen Oglu, the mayor who lied.
7 Afghan migrants charged with 40 offenses, including rape and sexual assault, finally arrested because the judge let them off over and over. Here's a guy in Spain.
Hello everyone,
This
I'm in
happened
Spain,
during
Barcelona.
Shooter.
I just got beat up by maybe 5 or 6 random Moroccan guys by the street. They tried to rob my watch. I got away.
Couldn't get help with anybody. He's not from that area. This is Canada. They're using their census and they're sending illegals. This lady just walks in her fucking house. Oh, please play. Oh, I'm going to fix the video because that's a good one. I'll get it fixed. Here's our Islamist section. Starts with, well, I'm not going to do Sean Piker because we're going to do that in a second.
In Ramadan especially,
Hassan Piker.
it is defined by the success, the brilliance, and the creativity in rooms like this, by contribution that Muslims make to Britain's story and to our national life.
Did you hear that?
You're the face of modern Britain.
You're the face of modern Britain. The face of modern Britain. Here is an imam in Europe.
One day you're going to be the president of the United States.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to say this one. I forgot. This one's, they have so many of them. This one's for U.S.
We are the messengers of the messenger. We are the representative of this deen of Islam. We have to be the solution. The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house. We have to be a part of that change.
How much of an issue is violence against women in Afghanistan?
Huge. Because I do believe.
And the international community doesn't give a flying fuck and they've done nothing. Here's a Taliban judge. Let me blow it up so I can read it. That women should not wear clothes that attract other men. The Holy Quran says that. Women should sit in their house and do absolutely nothing but bake me a pie and shut the fuck up. And of course we fall for it because here's Bollywood shit. Look at this. This is shit that's actually played. Clearly fake. Whole website called Gaza Wood, and it's all the fake videos they put out. Look at this. It's all staged. These are the 2025 fake videos. Look at this. These are videos that actually go out. They're all fake. And they threw dirt on them. It's all fake. All of it's fake. And we've shown it on the show, but that's because liberals, they use liberals against us. Here is the guy who runs, his whole website is just Islam U. This is how the Muslim Brotherhood plans to take over America.
Eliminating and destroying Western civilization from within. That's a direct quote from a document the FBI found in a raid, written by the Muslim Brotherhood about their plan to take over the United States of America. And it's happening right now in your country, in your state, and maybe in your city. This is part one of a 3-part series, and this video will probably get flagged. So share it now before it gets suppressed and disappears. Here's the background. In 1991, a senior Muslim Brotherhood operative wrote a secret document called the Explanatory Memorandum. It laid out their strategy for America. Not a bombing campaign, not a military invasion, no exploding buildings, something much smarter. They called it Civilization Jihad. The plan was to infiltrate American institutions from the inside. Schools, government, media, civil rights organizations, you get it, and to use our own freedoms against us. Here's the exact quote from the document. Quote, "Their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within, and sabotaging its miserable house by their..."
Are we doing it? Yes, we are. And we're doing it with Al-Sayed, which I'll get to in a second. Because we need to go to our slides. This is the Muslim Brotherhood's official website. Openly celebrating Abdul El-Sayed's win. How much more warning signs do you need? The main Arabic, this is Grok. The main Arabic headline on the Muslim Brotherhood official site translates to Abdul Rahman Al-Sayed defeats the Zionists and runs for Senate. It frames his Michigan Democratic primary win as a fight over AIPAC, and our media said the same thing. You know that Hassan Piker's fucked up when the University of Washington has canceled his speech. In Scotland, 22% of the entire Somali population is in prison. For Eritreans, it's 26%. More than a quarter of Eritreans living in Scotland are estimated to be in prison, he alleged, and more than 1 in 5 Somalians have fucking broke the law. This is the Red Cross. They made a video out of this guy, and he killed her and put her in a fucking suitcase. That's her. French Prime Minister, the French. They're not really bold. I refuse to use the term Islamophobe. Children in the tiny village of Piddington have written letters to Prime Minister Andy Burnham begging him not to house over 1,250 illegal migrants near their home. The village only has 250 people. This is what the Biden administration did. Okay, so this one is a father uses TikTok to lure the guy who raped his child. He was 20, Diego Montoya Gonzalez. Was inducted on multiple counts, including pandering, sexual orientating, material involving minor, and rape.
Case of vigilante justice is very difficult. Prosecutors know that the chance of an acquittal is high. I personally think that the father should be charged, but he should get little to no time. You can't have members of society take the law into their own hands. That renders our criminal justice system futile.
Breaking chaos ensued at a Grove City, Ohio home in July after a father lured his daughter's alleged rapist to his home and shot him.
He used it against him. What's wrong with that? Anybody? What the fuck's wrong with that? These are just random fucking things, and I'll get back into the story. Samuel Patty, 47, was initially stabbed and decapitated on October 16th, 2020. Muslim school was lying that her teacher was Islamophobic, which led to him being decapitated by a jihadist because she was suspended for 2 days and worried about her parents. And that's how far these crazies will go. Leftist woman, we already know. DSA candidate Abdul Sayed took over $115K from Hamas. As ever, you can vote your way into communism, but you'll have to do that your way out. Fight your way out. DNC, let's just move this up because I can't read it. Theater kid Hassan Piper campaigns for Francesca Hong of Wisconsin. A Republican will never be elected in this state ever again once our movement is done. FEC data shows Microsoft employees donated $2.6 million to just Democrats. America deserved 9/11. That's Hassan Piker. 17-year-old who threw a hand grenade into a Swedish couple home, killing one of their dogs, avoids prison because he's 17. Where the fuck did he get a hand grenade? Anybody explain that to me? So we're going to start the Hassan Piker craziness now, or El Sayed motherfucker. I want to do one thing. CBS, NBC, all of them whine about birth tourism, which should be illegal, and this is how ABC covered
Breaking news now from the White House. President Trump doubling down in his fight against birthright citizenship. The Supreme Court just weeks ago struck down the president's 2025 executive order denying U.S. citizenship to babies born to undocumented parents. Tonight, he signed 2 new orders. Our Weijia Jiang is at the White House. Weijia, so if the Supreme Court just struck down this measure, how does the administration plan to enforce it now?
Well, good evening to you, Matt. Tonight, legal experts are already questioning whether the administration can implement these orders after that Supreme Court decision in June. Today, President Trump called the ruling very unfortunate and said they have to make adjustments. The justices confirmed that the...
Now, what is the bias in that? There's a difference between birthright citizenship and you just get a package deal that is actually advertised to fly you here. Yeah. That's a total difference. Total difference. So let's do El Sayed. As you could tell, every bad person on the planet showed the fuck up for this shit. This is him.
I want to speak specifically to an issue that has been focused on in this race. To my Jewish American sisters and brothers, one of the most indelible memories of this campaign will have been the opportunity to break bread with you at Seder, to worship with you at Shul, to be embraced by you. And listening to sisters and brothers who said, I want to join this movement because AIPAC doesn't speak for me. Because I understand that self-determination for one people.
So a woman who's Muslim, Iranian woman, explains. In other words, what he's saying is Muslim father folds whole authority over his daughter's lives, expect total obedience, grants them only half the inheritance of sons, regards their testimony as worth half that of a man, all according to Islamic law and the text of Quran. Abdul Sayed, a Muslim man, will treat Jews the same way he treats his daughter, as half value of Muslim men. Cut and dry. He is a piece of shit. Here is more of his diatribes that were fucking captured. And of course, our media didn't listen to anything.
The allies are launching is already more bitter. All you got to do is look at the ads you're already watching on TV, started today. They think that you want to use my whole name against me. Mike, listen, man, if you can't say the name, it's Abdurrahman, keep the name out your damn mouth. I'll be happy to give you lessons. But they understand that the only way that they think they can win is to drag us into the mud, to believe the worst about each other.
He's bringing the third world to America and gloating about it. They don't see the need to settle anymore. They've been empowered by the Democrats. They are militant. They are in our face, and they're getting ready. This needs to be stopped before we're at a point of no return. Pay attention to the sheep standing behind the wolf. And it's always the same thing. This is the person. It is a liberal woman standing behind the guy that is going to fucking enslave her into a hijab, a burqa, for the rest of her life. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. And remember, this guy is totally linked 100% to the T with Hassan Piker. This is Hassan Piker after he won.
Everyone being like, Abdullah's a fuck ton of work to do mending bridges. Here's the fucking take nuke for you, okay? You are all unbelievably Islamophobic pieces of shit, okay? You literally called the dude a fucking terrorist for months on end and called him a sexist, misogynist, terrorist, bad candidate.
How is it Islamophobic to say his name? Why doesn't he say his name? Well, it's the same reason why we don't say the name of Barack Hussein Obama. Nobody wanted to know that he was born and raised in a fucking madras. That's why he hated America. This is Hassan Piker, and he's going to have to live with this because this is what he has on his team because these are the people he thinks are great.
We're going to keep bringing in immigrants in this country on purpose, just so they can fuck your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're going to destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
That's the plan. We reproduce faster than them. We play these things. This isn't like you're being Islamophobic, you're stretching shit. That's why the NRCC, right off the bat, this is what they ran.
Abdul-Rahman Mohammed El-Sayed, the most radical Senate candidate in America.
Pretty dangerous.
El-Sayed pledged support for the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, a designated foreign terrorist group. He wants to hike taxes on Michigan waitresses, delivery drivers, and seniors on Social Security. He joined a sex offender and a murderer to demand the mass release of dangerous prisoners. And when his ally claimed America deserved 9/11,
America deserved 9/11, dude.
El-Sayed refused to disavow it.
I'm not here to disavow people's views.
Abdul El-Sayed, too radical, too dangerous, wrong for Michigan.
He is an Islamist. He is an Islamist. This is what he said to Mike Rogers. Abdul Sayed speaks long riff attack. Mike Rogers tells Rogers, stay in Florida House because in Michigan, you're not going to have safe quarter from people holding you accountable. Abdul Sayed threatening the safety of his opponent. Someone should ask El-Sayed what exactly this means, because I was told that if you say go to the Capitol and peacefully protest, you started a riot and you should be impeached, and you were. So, I don't know. Whatever. Subtle stuff from NRC, having referred to him, I was pointing at Abdul Sayed in its press release. The committee this morning goes with Abdul Mohammed El-Sayed. 1 month and one apparent primary win apart. You're right. They should have referred to him as Abdul El-Sayed, a candidate platform and backed by Hamas sympathizer Hassan Piker, known for quotes such as, America deserves 9/11. Abdul Sayed tax returns leave Michiganders with more questions than answers. Sam the bigot, implying that using guy's full name is somehow an attack on him. Because of course it is, Sam Stein. You're a piece of fucking shit. They ran the ad, going to be scathing, and there's going to be a ton of them because there's so much material. This guy is a piece of fucking shit. To Piker, if Abdul wants to reassure rural and moderate voters, he probably should not be associated with an extremist with an entire career hinges on amassing views from radical college kids and people who live in Pakistan. I'm not a Hassan Doomer, and I think he has an important place in the ecosystem, but I hope he had the pool party crowd head back to L.A. and let Abdul ignore this very bad advice. He will not. It's finally starting to affect that fucking Islamist piece of shit, Mandami. This was a police event.
Are you ready for some more dancing? Oh, no, we're not. We're getting an award. Somebody's getting an award. You want to see who's getting an award?
Booed him.
Come on, guys. I want some energy here.
Responsive. Mandami got booed at Staten Island NYP National Night Out event in Midland Beach. Per his Facebook video, smiled through and kept very short. They're not having it. All these people in the cabal are jerking off with two hands to this shit. Here's Brianna Joy Gray, a fucking American-hating piece of shit. She was the one that sat there and said, when I see American flags, I don't feel safe. Well, fucking leave the country. Thanksgiving is a holiday about genocide. Even if it's a holiday we like now, I think it's a pretty good time to connect the dots on how we should guard against normalizing genocide going forward. Please, please, please do more of this. Never stop doing this. Step on the accelerator. Tell people their gratitude is genocide. Tell kids that Macy's Day Parade is a military march. Tell their parents that this is basically an SS uniform. 2 little kids as Quakers. Abdul Sayed victory in the Democrat anti-American turn. Narrow victory and the clearest sign yet that his party's old establishment is under siege. In the middle of the upheaval is Hassan Piker. Only a few years ago, campaigning with someone like him, even for a progressive Democrat beloved by socialists, would be calamitous in a swing state like Michigan. Piker represents a strain of American politics that demonizes the republic. One example is in January, Piker posted on X that Hamas, the authors of the October 7, 2023 pogrom in Israel, during which at least 43 Americans perished, is 1,000 times better than the fascist settler colonial apartheid state. In April, he told Pod Save America that Republican Party was the biggest terrorist internationally. It wasn't always like this for Democrats. Recall the criticism Barack Obama faced for past friendships when he was running for Democratic president. The difference is you didn't have a media, another ecosystem to go around you. That person was putting that out on the free press. Because back in that time, you couldn't see that, oh, fuck me. He's friends with Farrakhan? Are you serious? See, he never got elected. If we knew the Reverend Wright shit was just the tip of the iceberg, but they protected him. America deserved 9/11, dude. Fucking, I'm saying it. Hassan Piker. In case you're not familiar with him, he's a dude that's promoting Abdul Sayed. Just so you know what the Democratic Party is about. Hassan Piker, the man on the left, says that 3,000 Americans deserve to die. Meet Abraham Mohammed El Sayed, the most radical candidate ever nominated for U.S. Senate by a major party. True. NGI, I'm more worried about this statement surfacing more than anything else. And here's the statement. Let me play this since I didn't see this. These fucking people, dude, they are fucking, they hate America. They fucking hate America. They don't kind of hate it. They really hate it.
Fuck what black people care about. The Democratic Party literally is going to fucking lose. Even if they don't lose, move the country to a significantly more right-wing position. Oh, black people care about this. Black people care about that. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not how politics works. I hate that. I hate this, like, shield, okay? I hate this fucking idiotic shield, okay? Oh, well, Hassan, how dare you? Like it or not, black people care about this issue. It's like, it's such a fucking stupid stance.
Here is the former DNC vice chair, David Haw. I think that there's no room for moderates in the Democratic Party.
There's been an argument that they need to moderate or concern over what that's going to look like should they succeed, or that they may not succeed, that they might be defeated by Republicans despite them not doing well in the polling either. What would you say to the moderates in your party who feel that way?
I would say to the moderates in our party, you need to figure out how to actually offer something new to voters that isn't just the same message that you gave them in 2024. Increasingly, the reason why the establishment of our party is being defeated over and over and over again is it's because they don't have the right values that are aligned with not just the Democratic base, but the American people, where people are sick and tired of listening to Democrats who tell them all the reasons why they can't solve their problems. If you can't solve our problems, you shouldn't be running for office. We need people who actually sound, at a minimum, and genuinely believe what they are saying.
Hugh friggin' Dingus. Remember, I used to be a Democrat. It's depressing. I found an old Newsweek from 96, and I couldn't believe how sensible Democrats were. Anti-crime, anti-illegal immigration, pro-blue collar, etc. They don't even look like it. This is a DSA co-chair, Megan Romer. We believe in taxing the shit or taxing the hell out of millionaires, but then she can't explain what the fuck that means.
But we do believe in taxing the hell out of millionaires, yeah.
It's a New Yorker.
Well, what does taxing the hell out of them mean?
Yeah, you know, I don't have like a solid, but I think.
But shouldn't you?
I
mean, if you're the co-chair of the DSA, shouldn't you be more specific than just taxing the hell out of something? What exactly do you mean?
So again, it's democracy, right? And
democracy. What does that mean? She doesn't know what it fucking means. Here's just some of the ash and trash stories on this, and then we're going to go straight into what the media did, which is bend over backwards. This is the Dearborn mayor. The Dearborn mayor, once again, is saying Abdul is the most strongest American name you can have.
Abdul is as American as any other name in this country. It's one of the strongest American names that you can have.
No, it's not. This is in terrifying sight. Muslims are flooding the polls. This is how they're doing it. And how many of these people are illegal?
A lot of these young people seeing him is a lot of the same thing that they saw, it sounds like, in Zoran Mamdani. And while a lot of people kind of laughed him off originally, he is now the mayor of New York City. And I think what...
I'm going to be totally honest and transparent with...
Oh, my God. Are you okay?
I voted for Abdul. I was so excited to vote for Abdul.
Oh, you're crying over politics.
And as a Jewish woman in Michigan.
Translation, as a white liberal cat lady who...
Bam. It's suicide. Suicidal empathy. Bernie Sanders won't even get on the Hassan Piker
To give
train.
you an example, one of the more controversial ones is that Piker has said America deserved 9/11. Are you comfortable with that association?
No, I am not. I think that's a... And to all of my sisters and brothers of the Jewish faith, or any faith at all, or no faith at all, I want you to know that my commitment to your safety, my commitment to Jewish safety...
From a guy who sports men and women's bathrooms and boys and girls sports, this is not reassuring. Michael Knowles. Michael Knowles took him down really good. I just don't want to play it. Here's a Mandami bit. That's the good booze. I liked it a lot. This is Abdul Rahman, terrorist. I hate the place I'm at.
Watch your stuff.
Mackinac. I fucking hate this place.
I hate Mackinac so much.
Yeah. Here's Hong.
It's funny because, like,
we should do violence against
And I
ICE.
assure you, I will be fighting to protect every single Wisconsinite because I'm the only candidate in this race who will meet ICE with the force and fury required to keep us all safe.
A force and fury. And this is what most people are thinking of about Al Sayed.
That when we win this race, how are you going to beat Mike Rogers and their money? I want you to remind them that
That's
if
all they're
we come
thinking
through
about.
this,
But of
when we come
course,
through this, inshallah.
our media is not going to ever do that. This did not surprise me. Here is that piece of shit Collins bringing him on, and it was a fluff.
Well, and you talked about
She fluffed them.
Poor death threats that you got, Islamophobia. If you do win, you will become the first Muslim senator in U.S. history. What would that mean for you?
It's not as much about what it means for me. I'm not running to be the first Muslim anything. I just want to be a really, really great senator for my state.
That's a lie.
Speaking of senators that you might be serving alongside and questioning Trump officials, I want you to listen to what, I'm not sure if you've seen this, what Democratic Senator John Fetterman said about you today.
Are you willing to unify with Abdul El Sayed, for example, who's now the Democratic nominee, the Democratic candidate?
Oh, yeah, the tough guy. He called me ugly and then I should be on a pike. And
I mean,
he did.
He said that you need to renounce people like the left-wing streamer Hassan Piker, who was campaigning with you, who was out there in Michigan on Monday night, I believe last night as well. Do you have any plans to do that?
Look, I'll tell you this. I'm less focused on folks who are campaigning with me more.
Doesn't answer anything.
Can you clarify for us what your position is on funding for Israel if you do become a U.S. Senator? Are you opposed to all funding for Israel, period, military funding?
I'm opposed to unconditional military aid for any...
That means
We're going to begin this hour with the man at the center of a huge debate among Democrats, Michigan Senate candidate Dr. Abdul El Sayed, who is narrowly ahead in the race to be his party's nominee. CBS News.
But for the Republicans, you have to play hardball.
You can't play word games with them. You have to play hardball. They've just started, and something people haven't commented on much, but I think they're going to have to, is the fact that Donald Trump isn't just talking about socialists. He's equating them to communists, and it's happening all over the country. The Republican candidates are picking that up, and you know darn well that El-Sayed is going to have to deal with that.
He wants to defund the police. He wants to decarceration, means let everyone out of prison, Arkham Asylum. He wants to abolish ICE. And, of course, he wants complete and total amnesty, basically a new voting bloc. Michigan would forever be blue. They would not be in play whatsoever. He wants But here's the thing. People go, yeah, but also, at least we're not being distracted by left, right, It's about...
Yeah. This is, I'm pretty sure this soundbite is, well, he might be a communist Islamist piece of shit, but at least he's not racist on PBS. And you wonder why he got defunded.
In terms of that, David, what we've seen from Republicans on the messaging front so far is some anti-Muslim rhetoric already. Republicans are now using Dr. El-Sayed's full name in their ads, which they haven't used before, which is Abdulrahman Mohammed El-Sayed, which I guess is supposed to scare people or something. But the president is also talking about a rising...
How is that scaring somebody using the full name? His whole identity is Islamist. Islam. Only people that can run for office in the United States of America and talk about their fucking religion without becoming a white Christian nationalist or a Zionist is to be an Islamist. You can do it. You guys don't even fucking care. But anybody else, oh, there's no religion in the state. You have a fucking mayor of fucking New York has turned the fucking city hall into a fucking mosque. Let a Christian do that.
I want to bring in Steve Kornacki now on the big test for Democrats over what direction they'll take for the midterms. So, Steve, on this issue of socialism, very different views by Americans on how they view it. Yeah, Tom, a number of Democratic candidates we've seen embrace this label, and within the Democratic Party, it's actually more popular, 52% favorable than not. But
good.
I just want to say, Harry, as a Californian, it's amazing that people count overnight. This idea.
Look at that.
Who knew? We don't take...
Yeah, how did they get it done so fast? Well, it's pretty easy.
For demand
they didn't check
justice.
anything.
So I want to start with my demand justice friend. Are people feeling like this is their moment? Did this feel like a turning point for this network of folks that has been outside of the Democratic Party and finding themselves winning in primaries?
Yeah, I mean, I think this was one of the biggest upsets in modern American political history. He was outspent,
No.
It's interesting, that part about disavowing people's views, because of the far-left podcaster Hassan Piker has been campaigning, shoulder to shoulder with this guy. And so it's a little bit different than saying, oh, there's some people who have supported you in the distance. This is somebody who he is attached to, for better or worse, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that, look, there's going to be a lot that needs to be done to prepare the party in Michigan after this primary. I mean, it was pretty nasty. I mean, if you go back 7 years ago, Abdul lost to now Governor Whitmer by a landslide in that state. And this is a comeback story 7 years later that has splintered the Democratic Party. Gary Peters, who you saw on the television just now, who used to be the Democrat who ran campaigns for Senate Democrats, came out and endorsed Haley Stevens after saying he would not endorse in that race. The establishment put all their weight behind trying to crush Abdul in Michigan, and the election shows that it didn't work, and there's going to have to be a lot of repairing of feelings that happens on the back end here.
See how they're lionizing him? He's such a good guy.
So if you win and get the Democratic Party that you want, who belongs in it?
Look at it.
And who doesn't?
Look at this. I mean, they just, like, he's a great guy.
Results of those crucial primaries spanning 5 states, the most closely watched race in Michigan.
The Republicans are excited, and they're going to spend $1 zillion on endless ads calling El-Sayed a communist and a socialist, and it's going to break capitalism. But here's the thing. What he is practical.
Josh Orton, President for Demand Justice. So I want to...
They would normalize Hitler nowadays.
Larry, Republicans are going to be spending big in Michigan. It's a seat that they can take at a time that Democrats feel like they have open opportunities in places like Maine and Texas. I want to play a soundbite.
Here's a non-subject, but they're still bringing this person who was caught doing fucking election fraud, was handed $2 billion in a bank account that had 500. and illegally turned Georgia to a blue state for Biden. And then it didn't even come close the next time because she rigged an election. But she still comes on TV.
I just want to, out of the box, just ask about Memphis specifically, where the 9th Congressional District, the one that was a majority black district, was completely erased. There were tons of protests when that happened, and I think it was my impression, at least, that such an action could motivate Democrats, and not just Democrats, but independent and
I'm not listening to shit. This is on the ground across from the New Jersey Detention Center.
Okay, so this says, I wrote this in ICE agent blood outside of Delaney Hall, the detention center, ICE detention center at Delaney Hall. Just look at this. It's in red. I wrote this in ICE agent blood. That is absolutely crazy.
Breaking news. It is 12:58 a.m. Steve Kornacki finally announced it. Abdul El-Sayed has won the Michigan primary!
Same people. This is a guy mad because there's church bells. The church bells in America are just clock bells. They have nothing to do with church. But this piece of shit in Dearborn is pissed that they can ring their church, and you motherfucking piece of shit Islamic cucks are playing the call to prayer every day. Look at this shit.
Oh, look. They're teaching their children to want to murder Jews.
Yes.
I'm so
that's what
surprised.
They do. And this is America. That's America. Same outfits. Same outfits. That's an Islamic military in Dearborn. They do Sharia patrols. That's in U.S. land. I don't know what this is about. I'm going to put it up. This is New York City every weekend. Every weekend. Without fail. Every weekend. So let's play that American Iman and how they're going to take over America.
One day you're going to be the president of the United States.
El-Sayed is part of these people.
Becoming a president. Dream big. Have a vision. Because if Barack Hussein Obama can be a president, Sohaib Jawad cannot be a president? Tell me. He's going to be a president. He's talking about that the Muslims will take over Mecca. They used to laugh at him. What happened? What is Mecca now? What is it? It's coming. Change is coming to America. And what is Allah telling us? Kuntum khayra ummatin. You are the best of nations. You're better than everybody else. That's what Allah is saying. Let's work towards that. Let's work towards a Muslim mayor. Next election that comes in, nominate people for the school board of education. Next election that comes here, nominate people for the local township. Begin the demographics change. People can.
Here's where he talks about we're going to out-procreate them. It's not the Great Replacement Theory. It's a Great Replacement plan. And the Red-Green Alliance are doing it. You have the Socialists and the Democratic Party pushing for it because they don't care the cost. They just want power. They don't understand that that is going to bite them in the ass when they got to wear burqas.
Converted. There's a big, huge conversion going on in this country. Where are the converts? They just convert and they're gone in the wilderness. The other thing, children. Muslims have the highest population. Average, they did a Pew Foundation did a research study, Pew Foundation, and they said that Muslim household average is 3.4 child per family. The white American has 1 child per family. We're already beating the march because these are voters. These are not just babies being born in hospitals. These are voters. That's the way a politician looks at it. We have to change the framework and start looking at things from a different lens, different angle for future.
I'll be honest with you. I thought
you're not going to change
Anthony
society
Fauci
today in your lifetime, but you think about your grand.
I want you to think if a Christian pastor, remember, when Christians try to use their pulpit to push back on the moral decline of America, how the left has taken over, kids want to be trans, they don't want to go to churches anymore, they just want to be trans. And what we had article after article after article on the Christian white nationalists. And now we have politicians pushing Islamism everywhere. Everywhere. You're hearing this. I don't understand how our media can literally let it go, because it's the antithesis of America. The antithesis of America. We do not push religion. Conservatives they are fucking blasted for talking about a God. And so the ISIS caliphate was to do what? Destroy churches. Here's a guy destroying Mary. Not national news. Just like when the Jane's Revenge did it during Dobbs. Nobody fucking cares. They're just destroying churches. Here's a better view of it. Can't touch a mosque. Here's a 174-year-old church burned to the ground in the Northeast by a black guy, a migrant. Then online, they're using Leviticus. This is how they're fighting all the stuff now. They're going to Christianity. People that don't believe in Christianity are now quoting Leviticus that, and if a man from another country is living in your land with you, do not make it hard for him. Let him be you as one of your countrymen. Blah, 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 blah. They're using that, but you can't use that Islam says a woman's a piece of shit and can't put on any clothes and they can't read and write and they fucking, all that shit. You can't use those quotes. Can't use quotes saying you're not supposed to lay with a man. You can't, it's just selective outrage.
The foreigner resides among you in your land. Do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born.
By design. This is all pushed by the left. It's everywhere. You don't believe in religion, but you're pushing this.
So I wasn't even prepared, but here I am. So my question's on immigration. Considering the U.S. has caused instability in a whole host of countries around the world that leads to violent conditions that people have to leave.
Yeah.
When an alien
brainwashed
lives you in your land, do not mistreat him. The alien living with you must be treated as
These
one
are
of your
just
neighbors.
10.
You claim you're a Christian
500.
and you follow the
It was
Bible
trending
through and through. I'm going to read
on
a
Twitter.
line from
It was
Leviticus
trending
19:33 to
on
34.
Twitter. They were
Just
pushing
remember,
it.
heaven has strict immigration policies. Hell has open borders.
I'll tell you what, how about that? I will remember that as long as you, a self-proclaimed good Christian, remember that the Bible in Leviticus tells.
The only time you hear are allowed to or promote anything non-religion is for Christianity. The only people getting murdered in the world right now are Christians in Nigeria every day. Nobody cares. Christian churches get burned to the ground. Christian fucking politicians are told to shut the fuck up. Only Islamists, and there's a reason. They don't care. They just know Islam has a plan, because the FBI knew and everybody knew they were going to fucking come in and do this. This is the second wave jihad. They're doing it in our country. And they'll have the numbers. So once again, if devils were there, the Democrats would pander to them, get them to vote. They don't care about the consequences. Biden doesn't care that he fucked more black people over with his surge at the border than he did white people or Republicans or Christians. And these are the people that they go out. There is no reliable count of how many Gazans are killed by Hamas. That's who they're fighting for. That's him emptying a barrel into that guy. To the close. Okay, we're going to start by doing this. This was the one I couldn't get to play. Hope you like the new bumper. That was kind of a conglomerate of everything that's going on in our world, and it's like, it's just there. There is there. So we're going to start with this lady. And then we're going to go into the WNBA really quick because it's just fucking hilarious. The lady is a census taker. She's an illegal, and she just walks in the house.
Why are you in my house? Why are you in my house? This is breaking into my house. I'm sorry. No, get out. I'll call the cops. I'm going to call the cops. It's breaking and entering. No, I don't care.
It takes her 10 minutes to get this bitch out of her fucking house. So Enos Freedom, or Cantor, decided, I'm going to play the Fuck Fuck Goose. Because everybody's playing Fuck Fuck Goose. Why shouldn't I play the Fuck Fuck Goose? And he declared for the WNBA.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA. My team and I have carefully examined the WNBA's eligibility criteria and governing framework surrounding self-identification.
Here's a video he did.
Welcome to Freedom by Christian Louboutin, where athletic style meets high fashion. Feel the power. Feel the freedom.
Here's Ray
Step into your.
You know, I've seen people online say that Enes Kanter Freedom is making a mockery of women's sports, but that's not at all what he's doing. He's making a mockery of the people who have made a mockery of women's sports, and so I think it's fantastic. I think it's brilliant and genius. The WNBA now has the opportunity to put their money where their mouth is. They can either recruit and sign Enes Kanter Freedom to a WNBA team, or they can prove themselves as total. Just absolutely bigots who don't believe the things that they're actually advocating for. So I think it's really brilliant.
This is what they're fucking getting upset about. Here's Angel Reese, all right, talking about black Barbie dolls that have been around since I'm a child.
Honestly, I didn't have a lot of dolls because I didn't have dolls that really looked like me much, and that's why I kind of really wanted to make sure this was...
That's a complete lie. I'm going to fast forward. Look at this. That's all the black dolls that they've done going back to, Jesus Christ, it was 1960. Everything they do is a fucking lie. They are so upset online. It's if you're cheering on Enes Kanter and Royce White circus act, 'cause another guy did it, you also have a huge fucking loser. Trans people pose zero threat to you and your well-being. If you really want to protect girls and women in America, start by holding the president accountable for his action. Oh, Trump. Not really. You guys have convinced yourself that people actually believe that men should be able to play in the WNBA. No one has ever believed this. We believe that trans women should play in the WNBA, which is different. Try keeping up. Royce White and Enes Kanter are loser. Kind of making me see red why everyone suddenly supports trans athletes when it's a bit on the internet instead of a 10-year-old trying to play soccer with their friends. Shave that fugly beard. This place is so washed, man. Just the same dumb right-wingers. Ugh. Whiny, whiny, whiny. Whiny, 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 whiny. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. But they tried. I mean, there's this is more. This lady loses her shit.
Sophie Cunningham has just continued to fan the flames here.
Yeah.
And she most recently posed with Riley Gaines, who was a swimmer, not even a very good one, who is super anti-trans women in sports. And she also posed for a picture with the Levi's executive, Jennifer Say. And this was...
Interesting. Are you held accountable? Are the left held accountable for being with terrorists? They still keep making... This is the number one ranked female tennis player in the world. Ariane Sablonsky finishes a press conference by saying men shouldn't be in sport.
Hi. The WTA recently announced that, the players will take a one-time gender test. How do you feel about that? The first pro league to go in that direction?
I think it's really important to keep the fairness in our tour, and it's always...
I think it's trans rights now is our new battle. That's what I think I was saying, that the battles have changed.
Oh, yes.
Our intentions have been the same, but now the environment has changed. We see trans people's rights being, stripped away from them. There's a lot of discord.
Yeah, there's no rights being taken away from them. Kids just can't be trans anymore because that's a common sense fucking thing. NBA put out a big statement that we've got with our lawyers, and this is ridiculous, and they're terrible to people, and they're garbage humans, and blah, blah, blah. And this is WNBA's All-Star game.
Some people saw missed shots and sloppy possessions and decided the WNBA All-Star game was terrible. So let's show what those low-light clips left out. Paige and Caitlin came out playing.
Yeah, here's a low-light clip.
Stewart tips it alive. Williams from 4-point range.
Ty Young almost subbed them in when we were down by 11. Head up, she knew who she wanted to pass it.
Here's actually Sophie
Good morning
Cunningham.
and happy Thursday. I woke up early to come charge my car. In the meantime, I went to go get a coffee and a juice. The girl who made my coffee, first of all, makes a great coffee. Shout out you. But she was also just so friendly and just a sweet human. And then also there was a mom in line who was also just really nice to talk to. And on my walk back,
a positive person that's doing it because of people like this. This is why they're doing it. This is a mom going bonkers.
In a dressing room with kids. Okay, my kids know that Donald Trump's a rapist.
Supporters and critics.
It's always Donald Rape. And then here is a school. That school now, weeks after Pritzker signed on to allowing minors to get birth control, there's a health wing in a school. That's why it's happening. Actions get reactions. You are preying on kids to make them voters, and you wonder what happens. So, 3 quickies to the end. DOJ, now, MS Now is terrified that DOJ is stopping illegals from voting. I didn't misread. That's literally what they said.
The midterm elections are coming. The Justice Department.
This has been your big thing.
The Justice Department sent election observers to Michigan for the primary last week. And before that happened, they informed election clerks across the country that they would be arrested and prosecuted federally if they allowed non-citizens to vote. That is an astonishingly rare thing that happens in the U.S. It's a giant, frankly, Trumpian conspiracy theory that there's all these people voting. So whether he's acting or not, it's just not acceptable that that's how, and nothing happened. They sort of watched, but there's tremendous worry about what will the FBI do on Election Day? What will the Attorney General do?
Why must our media continually lie? It's a lie. They do vote. There's been all sorts of cases from people voting. It's happening because you let them vote in local election. Calissa Ward, science says images of mass invasion of Spain triggered heartless responses. It was a military invasion.
Thursday, as many as 60,000 migrants crossed into the Spanish exclave of Ceuta from neighboring Morocco. At least 72 people died making the crossing. As of this morning, Spain said that virtually all of them had returned to Morocco. But the swift resolution of this...
There's 15,000 still there. There's 30 fucking rapes. There's 50 women missing. Shut the fuck up.
Crisis won't change the impact of these images. In 2021, a group of researchers discovered what happens to the human brain when looking at a mass instead of a single face. They ran 10 experiments with nearly 4,000 Europeans, and they found that simply seeing Syrian refugees pictured in large groups rather than individually made the viewers attribute less capacity for guilt, tenderness, compassion to the people in the frame. In other words, fewer of the emotions that we associate with being fully human.
Why did I show you that? Because that's why the media does it. That's why they cover it with little kids. That's why they make everything sanitized. They make it sanitized because they do the research. How can we force down everybody's neck that you need to bow to fucking Allah and get your fucking burqa on, bitch? And they're scientifically doing it. I could sit here all day, as I've done on the show multiple times, and show you Bollywood bullshit out of Gaza where they fake everything. I could do that. It won't matter. And then finally, Chuck Todd. Fauci made a big mistake. It was a huge blow to health. I didn't see this coming.
I'll be honest with you. I thought Anthony Fauci made a huge mistake in pleading the fifth. I think you hand a talking point. I think the average person hears that and thinks, oh, maybe he does have something to hide. Maybe he is fearful of something. And you know, knowing how the current world of Washington works, I understand why a lawyer gave Tony Fauci the advice to say, take the fifth. Gigantic mistake. And it's a terrible end to his legacy. And I'm sorry it happened. I get it. I understand the risk averseness that lawyers can do sometimes. But I think it was a PR mistake, and I really think it harmed the perception of public health, Brianna. I really do.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting and important thing to watch this.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a debate because it's become more than that between Anthony Fauci and Rand Paul.
It's not a debate. I wish it were.
I know, right?
If it were an actual debate with substance and they spoke to each other instead of talking past each other, maybe we would get somewhere.
Because there's a lot to learn here.
Yeah, there is a lot to learn about how he lied about everything. About how you guys made him, I am the science. Science is never solved. Science is never done. We thought we had a flat earth. It's a round earth. They went out and duped the whole country. Because I, once again, don't think it had anything to do with health. It had to do with control. How far can we control people? And it goes back to the first sound bites of Hillary Clinton. Get rid of every conservative in Washington. There are no conservatives in Washington. They don't come in and overhaul everything. Only the heads are conservative. Every institution in Washington, every three-letter institution is run by fucking liberals who don't do what they're told, don't follow the president, obstruct everything. There has been 450 injunctions since he took office. You couldn't do that. And I think this is a whole podcast in a fucking nutshell. Almost every week I say the same thing. You couldn't do these things if you're Republicans. You couldn't do it if you were a Christian. You couldn't do it if you were straight. You couldn't do it if you were white. You couldn't do it if you're American. The Red-Green Alliance is winning on a scale that will never fucking be able to return it. Most of this country hates the country because of people like fucking Chuck Todd and Breonna Keller, who is the end-all be-all of military wives because she was a military wife for a while. You guys go with anything. The 80-20s now are 85s or 95-5s. 5% of this country wants an Islamist nation. And you're on board with El Abdul Rami, salami below me, fucking terrorist piece of shit. Syed, he's a piece of shit. I'm guaranteeing he was in a madras. I'm guaranteeing at some time that guy fought. They all did. And people in Michigan voted for it because they're all running out of places that are, they're fucking cold with Islamism. It was something I was talking to my wife the other day about. I want you to really think about it. When have you ever seen any major network go to Dearborn? They don't even go to Dearborn when Jake Lang, the racist, goes in there and stirs shit. Because they can't. They'd have to have a job. They can't. They'd have to show that every woman's in a burqa. That it is now turned. It is turned. It is no longer an American town. Why don't you ever hear anything about Houston? You never see anything about Houston. They never report on these gigantic enclaves. They don't report on the 50,000 acre fucking establishments, the Muslim-only neighborhoods. They don't report that we're literally paying for the mosque for the people that are going to overthrow our fucking country. And if you think it's not going to happen, it already has happened. We just elected, and he'll probably get elected to Congress, an Islamist. We elected a mayor who is the biggest mayor in the country, the only one you know by name. He's an Islamist. He's turned City Hall into a mosque. And once again, 90%, I'd say 80% of Muslims they don't give a fuck. They're just normal people who are devoutly religious, and I respect the shit out of them because I used to be religious. They're just like the 90% of the fucking Jewish people who don't go around all day, Zion, 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 Zion. They don't do that shit. They're not in the Matrix trying to get to Zion. But the 20% of Muslims were all for fuck white people, kill them, over-reproduce them, take over the countries, do the religious caliphate. Those motherfuckers are running shit now. They run city councils. They run school boards. They are mayors. They are the sheriff. Why do you think Waltz and them are so cold? They're cold because their whole population, thanks to Obama and Jarrett, is Islamic. Why do you think them all bending the knee to Somali Liberation Day? Those are their voters. They don't get voted in unless they're for them. And the left right now can't get their footing. They thought they could throw a black female up and it would be an Obama. And it didn't work because they didn't want her. She was a train wreck. They thought they could get away with the brain dead candidate. He fell apart. Now everything's caught. They auto-pinned everything. He wasn't in charge. Everybody else was in charge. They're caught that they illegally brought 20 million fucking people into the country that couldn't be vetted. There's no goddamn government in Haiti. There's no goddamn government in Somalia. Libya and Syria fell, dickheads. They dumped the prisons. So you have a huge World War Z event, and you have that white bitch literally giving up the ghost that we are fucking brainwashing you. And if El Sayed doesn't win, he will eventually. Because we started with Barack Hussein Obama, and we didn't say the Hussein, and they pulled off the Reverend Wright, and they never showed the picture of him with Louis Farrakhan because they didn't want to turn the election. They made sure they dropped that fucking shit in 2017. And the American people voted for Donald Trump, a guy that's a fucking piece of shit. Piece of fucking shit. But they would vote for anybody other than Hillary because you were going to put a person that your own party didn't want. They wanted the socialism. So you have brainwashed them so hard that they're a victim, that the rich are getting away with shit, and to hate everybody but you, that now they think socialism is the deal. And you had a president who was trying to get elected, so what did he do? I'm going to give free health care, Obama does, to the DACAs. Biden goes, I'm going to give it to their parents and give them preferred status so they can become citizens. Oh, by the way, I'm going to pay off everybody's debt. Only for college, because college people vote Democrat because they're brainwashed. It is kicked off by the fucking Supreme Court 3 fucking times. They do it anyway and just dump fucking $9 billion. And then a fucking court says you got to do it. Now, my heart to the good kids that said, hey, I want to pay it, and they didn't trust the system, and they're trying to get on with their lives, and they're getting married, and they want a house now, and they just got fucked out of that house because their credit went to shit because they have a delinquent loan. That's fucked up. And the back interest, that's fucked up. I said it on the show. That's not fair to them that a president lied. But you're fighting a 10% issue on birthright citizenship. Everybody knows it was because they were slaves, they had to become citizens. They were brought here against their will. So at the time, they did the 14th Amendment and said that, oh, if you had a kid here, that kid's automatically a citizen. But you're actually doubling down that it's okay to just fly here with NGOs and Democrat organizations to make you come across the border to have your baby, and we'll give you a discount. It's in Texas. We showed it. That's un-American. That you don't want that. We will be Europe in 2028 if Vance doesn't win. We're going to be Europe. They're going to open that border again. They're going to start flying motherfuckers from all over the goddamn country because they have found their voting block. Islamists. The blacks didn't stay with them. They got sick of all their lies that were going to improve your life, and then they didn't do anything for them. So more black people voted for fucking Trump than any fucking Democrat or Republican ever. Young men said, fuck that bitch. I don't want no goddamn Kamala. Black rappers did videos about her. She got her job sucking dick. Excuse the cruel, the fucking grossness in that, but that's how she got her job. She was a brainless piece of shit that just was black and she had a vagina. But we now are being told that video, which is the perfect video of Tlaib, a person who hates America, Omar hates America. Her father killed hundreds of thousands of people. He's a war criminal. She came from a war criminal family. They snuck her into a refugee camp. She got in America. NGOs grabbed her. She is in Congress. And there's never been a time she didn't get up and say, let's destroy America. We are doing it. And they're happy because that's the plan. That's the caliphate. Replace everybody with Muslims. Own it. It is Rajneeshpuram, 1979 in motherfucking Oregon. They're taking over towns and the federal government's doing dick about it because we have so much stupid in our lives that Chinese can buy land at the end of runways so they know all our planes. And they rip them off and make their own B-2s and the B-21s. They look just like ours. That somebody gave them the specs. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for people to be able to express themselves. And I don't think you have to wantonly bow to the country every time. But there's no way in hell Abdul Rahman El Sayed is now going to be a senator in the United States of America. That's just too far, people. And it only happened because Barack Hussein Obama illegally put people in the United States that were unvetted. And now it's fucking Mecca, USA. So that wraps up another episode of Flyover Politic Podcast. Share with your family friends. Go to Flyover Politic with a K, SoundCloud, YouTube, email. Next show, what is today? Let's go for the 12th. The 12th of August, year of our Lord, 2026. Until then, disconnect from all your devices. Don't get the AS. And thanks for listening.